Hey y'all, welcome back. If you're new here, don't feel alone. I'm new here too. My name is Michelle and I'm here to talk about aging as a female and all that goes along with that. Pretty specific to these beginning videos, I'm going to be talking about my gray hair transition. I stopped full head hair coloring in May of 17 and I did root touch-ups for a year. In May of 18, I stopped the root touch-ups. So for those of you that are keeping track, this is my 5th video and my 19th week of no hair color at all. So I'm gonna come a little closer and we can see the gray. Lots and lots of gray. Also, for those of you that are keeping track, you'll notice that the landscape is starting to look a little bit more clear. I am getting a little bit of things done as I go, really quite a bit of progress this week. Still far from what it's going to be, but don't expect any major changes this week because my sister is being induced tonight. So we hope to have a baby with us really soon. So we got lots of exciting stuff. So this week is likely to be a bust as far as getting anything extra done. Still don't have the greatest camera angles, not the greatest camera. Still have the audio to figure out. But we're getting there and I really appreciate you guys tuning in as I get all this stuff figured out. I've mentioned before that I am not a huge fan of change. So I did a little felt board affirmation to help remind me to stay positive this week and that good things are to come in this room, hopefully with my hair, with my sister, just all the big changes that we are having in our lives. I've always heard that if you hear something more than once, that you should pay special attention to that. So this week, a good friend of mine, a good online friend of mine, her name is Ketogenic Kim, left a comment about loss and that she had thought about transitioning, but that she was kind of fearful that she would view it as a loss. She does YouTube videos about yummy ketogenic and carnivorous dishes. So if you're interested in any of that, I would encourage you to follow her and show her some love. Be warned, you will get hungry watching her videos. She makes, everything she makes looks really, really good. But Kim had mentioned that she thought about letting her natural hair grow in, but she was fearful that she would view it as a loss. And this was the second time in a week that I had heard about going gray being viewed as a loss. So when that happens to me, I try to take the time and really think about that. I feel like it's something meant to ponder over when you have unrelated people mentioning the same thing to you. Sometimes I feel like it's things that we need to hear. So I stopped to really think about this, about viewing this as a loss. And you know what I realized is it is a loss. This is the loss of me that I have known since I was a little girl. It's the loss of youth, at least youthful hair. Please understand that I completely understand not wanting to or doing this at all. If you like coloring your hair and you like the results of coloring your hair, you should absolutely color your hair. I've seen people in their 90s that still go to the beauty parlor every week and get their hair done. Good for them. If that's what you want to do and that's what makes you feel good, that is absolutely what you should do. For me personally, when I started thinking about this and relating it to it being a loss, what I realized as being true to me was that the loss had already occurred. The color had already gone out of my hair. The hair color was different already. I was pretending that the loss hadn't occurred by coloring my hair. I was pretending to be the old me while the new me was trying to emerge. The loss was there, the change was there, My not acknowledging it, or in this case covering it up, didn't change the fact that the loss had already happened. For all those years, I just wasn't ready to acknowledge that. So I didn't. I colored my hair and I went on with life, and I was very happy with it. And that's what I encourage everybody to do until you're not happy with that anymore. Also, as I was mulling over the loss, I couldn't help but think about the gain as well, because rarely is there loss without some kind of gain. And the gain for me has been a self-acceptance. Also, a freedom from having to plan my life around coloring my hair. Also, not putting chemicals on my head and leaving them there for long periods of time, or even short periods of time, every couple of weeks. Not being embarrassed by a few days after I would color my hair. You girls know what I'm talking about. Some of you do. This white coming through right here, right? And having to work to do something about that. And also, there's been physical gains. I like it. I like the color coming in. I'm not sure when we as a society kind of decided that, one color was okay and the other color meant something else. But anyway, I just wanted to touch on how I processed the loss and my own personal take on it. I would love to hear your comments if you are gray transitioning or thinking about it, or if you've already transitioned, did you view it as a loss? How do you reconcile that? Or have you not transitioned because you feel like it would be a loss? I'd love to hear your thoughts on it, and likely others would too. We do not have to do this gray hair transition alone. So grateful for so many women who've come before me, talked about the emotional and the physical and what to expect. On this channel, I'm going to be sharing things about me that I'm interested in, like aging as a female in today's society, ways I work to keep myself healthy, encompassing diet, nutrition, movement/exercise, going gray naturally, and all that entails. I'll also likely discuss things that I've tried and how it worked for me. I actually have something in the works right now, but it's too early to put it out there. It'll be a couple of months. But if you're interested in any of this stuff, I'd love to have you follow along. Introduce yourself. Say hello. Hit the little red subscribe button down below. Ring the little bell beside it, and then you'll get notified every time I put up a video. The plan is to do a couple of videos a week, but as I'm learning YouTube, I'm going to be putting up just one a week for the next few weeks, probably, likely toward the end of the week. And remember to always be your authentic self, even and maybe especially as that changes. And we'll see you guys next time.